I guess they remembered that TJ is a character that actually exists on this show, and I guess Curtis did give TJ a call off screen, so there's that. What's up, everybody? I had a busy weekend, so I am late with this General Hospital review for Friday, April 10th episode. Not that there is a ton to talk about, so it will be a short review for this episode. It was another inconsequential episode of the show, which I feel like the past week and a half or more episodes of the show have been, unfortunately. The best parts of the episode for me was the Carly and Valentin scenes. I do think they are doing a good job of building up this relationship for the two of them. The tension of is there. The brooding of Valentin is now there because in Thursday's episode he had to hear Carly and Brennan having sex, even though while Carly was having sex with Brennan she was thinking about Valentin, of course. But that kind of played into Friday's episode where Carly and Brennan were up together the next morning after their night together. And Brennan and Carly talked about how Brennan is still searching for Valentin. And Carly asked him why it is so important to find him. And Jack Brennan said it's because that Valentin may have information on Faison and all of that. Of course, Brennan not realizing that Valentin is supposed to be hidden away upstairs in Carly's attic. Right after Brennan left, though, Valentin was downstairs and he walked to Carly right after Brennan left, asking Carly how long it is before she turns on him. And the rest of these scenes in the episode between Valentin and Carly was definitely Valentin being jealous, obviously, that Carly slept with Brennan the night before when Valentin's in the same house, having to deal with that situation. He talked to Carly about how Brennan has yet to tell Carly the truth, that he recruited Joss into the WSB, and Valentin is asking if Brennan comes clean one day, will Carly just forgive Brennan? And then Valentin is thinking that Carly already forgave Brennan last night because they slept together. Carly was trying to tell Valentin that it's all an act, that every moment with Brennan is just an act, and Valentin had a comment that Carly doesn't have to enjoy it so much if it's an act. Carly asked him if he was jealous, and he, of course, admitted to that. I liked kind of seeing Valentin's jealousy here. I mean, I don't think Carly sleeping with Brennan really helps the Carly and Valentin relationship at all. But I enjoyed their scenes. They do have some chemistry. They have the brooding, like I said. They have the tension. They got into another argument by the end of the episode because of all of this, with Valentin saying everything going forward between them will be strictly business. And Carly agrees, even though I don't think either of them want to come to this agreement. But Valentin is currently jealous, and Carly's always pissy, so that happened. So Valentin stormed away, and Carly told him to stay in the attic, but then she had flashes of the time that she and Valentin made love together, but then that was ruined by hearing Valentin slam the attic door. I thought they had good scenes. Definitely the only entertaining part of Friday's episode, honestly. Ric and Sonny were on. I've been talking about how I like their brotherly relationship, but they didn't really have too much important things to say. They were just kind of rehashing things they've talked about, talking about how Danny might keep rebelling because Danny is Sam and Jason's son, so he's going to always probably be a rebel. Sonny wants Ric to be the one to tell Alexis that Danny came to them with this whole situation so that Alexis can keep more of an eye on Danny. They also discuss Sidwell and if they think that Sidwell really listened to them at Marco's funeral or not, or if Sidwell will still retaliate against them. But that was kind of it. Nothing really happened there. Willow was with the Statch Drew, as I like to call Drew, who is still in his awakened coma state thanks to Willow's poisoning. But Nina came over wanting to talk alone to her daughter Willow and not with Drew in the room. Alone, Nina was warning Willow about Brennan, how there is a problem with Brennan because she can't get any information out of Charlotte to try and find Valentin, and how Brennan is threatening that if he finds Valentin through other means, then the footage of Willow will come out. And even though Willow can't be charged for shooting Drew because of double jeopardy, her political career will crumble, and Michael will probably try and get custody of her kids. So this is something that Nina and Willow need to try and not let happen. But like a lot of scenes in this episode, and a lot of scenes over the last several episodes now, I felt like they were just rehashing things. Like we're having conversations between characters that are going nowhere, that are just rehashes of other conversations these characters already have. It is things soap operas do sometimes to stall their storylines, but it's not exactly fun to have to hear the same conversations over and over. Later in the episode, Nina and Brennan had a sit down where Nina was trying to change the subject of Brennan coming after her to the subject of how Carly will be so upset with Jack that he crossed the line with recruiting Joss into the WSB. Yeah. The other stuff was Curtis still at the hospital, worried about Jordan after that car accident, and Jordan has apparently gotten through the surgery okay, but will be in the ICU for a while. Laura came to check up on Jordan. Laura was trying to give Curtis some nice words that Jordan is going to fight to be with him. I guess they remembered that TJ is a character that actually exists on this show, and I guess Curtis did give TJ a call off screen, so there's that. Then Sidwell ended up at the hospital, running into Laura. He told Laura that he's concerned about Jordan. He wants to give his condolences to Curtis, but also ask Curtis more about the car crash, because Sidwell thinks that maybe Jordan was actually targeted in this crash, similar to how Marco was targeted and killed. He even talked to Justine, the DA, about this, which is funny because I believe that the actor that plays Sidwell and the actress that plays Justine are married in real life. But they talked about how this may have been a targeted attack on Jordan, and it could be whoever targeted his son. Now we know that's not true because Colum's still in the hospital, so Sidwell's just grasping at straws here, or he just still wants to go after Sonny. I don't know. I'm already kind of tired of all of this tunnel vision that Sidwell has on Sonny. But Justin said that Sidwell has other enemies besides Sonny, so Justine's sticking up for Sonny with their little love affair thing they have going on. I did like that Justine came to the hospital to talk to Curtis about Jordan. We've seen Justine and Jordan developing a friendship, so that was nice to see. But that was kind of it with those scenes. I mean, Curtis talked to Laura again about how the driver never stopped to check on them. That could have helped them out more. Maybe it would have gave Jordan more time. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. If the driver would have stopped, could they have gotten Jordan out of the car sooner? Would that have helped Jordan? Doesn't seem like it would have helped Jordan. I think Jordan was hurt from the initial crash in the first place. But they continued to keep the other driver a secret. And they haven't made me care about this secret storyline yet. Do I care about who the other driver was right now? Not yet, but maybe they will eventually get there with me. And then, of course, the other thing in this episode, the last thing to touch upon, the worst thing in all of soaps, the most boring thing in all of soaps. You know, I've been blasting Beyond the Gates for the several boring storylines they have. I talked on The Bold and the Beautiful about Carter and Daphne trying to have a baby being so boring. Days of Our Lives and Young and the Restless have these ridiculous stories sometimes that are hard to watch, but there is nothing more boring on any soap opera than Molly and Cody. just absolutely the biggest fast forward material in all of soap operas. And I don't even understand what Valentini thinks the appeal of these two are. They are so boring separately, they're so boring together. They're even more boring together because they're already boring separately. They made the character of TJ disappear just to put Molly with this relationship that sucks and is absolutely the most boring thing in all of American soap operas.